Alright guys, we are in question 12 of 2018 paper 1. This is variation, and variation in the exam is 4 marks. So the question reads, y varies directly as the square of x and y is 96 when x is 94. Find the value of the constant k. Alright, so to find the value of the constant k, first we are going to interpret this statement into an expression. So they're saying y varies directly as the square of x, meaning x is squared, like this. Y varies directly as the square of x, not square root but square of x. So it should be like this. Okay, so you need to introduce what is known as the constant. So y is equals to k, which is the constant multiplied by the variable you find here, which is x. So this is an expression. If the question was asking us to come up with an expression for the variation, this is going to be the answer, where there is k. Now they have asked us to find the value of k. We're going to find it. So what we're going to do, we're going back into the original statement here, where y is 96. We're going to get 96 and substitute here with y. Okay, then k here, open bracket, x here is 4 in the original statement. So we're going to write 4 squared. Okay, 4 squared. Then 96 is equals to 4 squared is the same as 4 times 4. Okay, so 4 times 4k. So we're going to divide by 4 times 4, even this side 4 times 4. Now listen, the reason why I'm doing this, I don't want to multiply 4 times 4 to become 16. I know that I'm going to have bigger numbers, and this is paper 1. You should avoid bigger numbers just to show that you're multiplying and you reduce later. Okay, avoid bigger numbers in paper 1 because you're not using a calculator. Alright, so this 4 times 4 and this 4 times 4 cancel, will remain with k. Okay, so we can say k is equals to, constant is equals to, now look at this, 4, one of the 4's here, so this looks like 8 point, so 4 times 4, let me just use times. So 4 here, 1, 4 into 9, it goes there 2 times, remainder 1. And then this 1 and the 6 becomes 16. Then 4 into 16 is 4. So we have a 24. Simple as that. You see? So we have 24. Then down we have a 4. Easy to reduce. Okay? Then 4 into 24 is 6 times. So in other words, 4 times 4, 16 into 96 is 6 times. But it will be a challenge to deal with 96 divided by 16. But with small numbers, simple. So that's the value of k is 6. Let's go to question B. Find the value of y when x is 5. So this is our formula. This is our formula here. So we're going to get y is equals to k, open bracket, x squared. Okay, like this. Then what is the value of y? We don't know, it's the one that you are calculating. So we're going to leave it as y. is equals to, what is k? K constant we've already calculated at 6. So we're going to write 6 multiplied by, what is x? X is 5. So we're going to write 5 where there is x, and the 2 follows. So it will be 5 to the power 2. Okay? Now, here, you should know that you can't multiply 6 times 5. You can't multiply 6 times 5. Listen. Because this 5 is raised to the power. So first deal with this, that's when you can come to this. Alright? 5 to the power of 2, which is... okay, so 5 squared is 25. So this one is just 6 multiplied by 25. 25 multiplied by 2 is 50. So by 4 is 100. By 6 is 150. So y is equals to 150. The third and last question, which is C, we were asked to find the values, not only one value, but more than one, of x when y is 24. Remember the formula is just this one. Y is equals to k x squared. The value of y here is 24. The value of k is 6. 6x squared. We want to find the value of x. So what we're going to do, we're going to divide by 6, both sides by 6. So this cancel and this one cancel. 6 into 24 is 4 times. 4 is equals to x squared. Now I want to find the values of x. So we're going to square root both sides like this, so that we get rid of this power. So we're going to have x is equals to, when you square root a number, we have two options. So the square root of 4 can either be 2 or negative 2. Why? Because 2 times 2 is 4, negative 2 times negative 2 is still positive 4. So we don't know which root it was. So you write two answers. That's the reason why they said values. That's the answer to the question number 12. Thank you so much for watching. Let's go to the next video. Okay guys, we're still revising for the forthcoming exam. We have this question. This is arithmetic progression, and the question reads, for the arithmetic progression 16, 25, 34, 43 and 52 52 blah 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 to infinity, write down the next term. Alright, the next term after 52, the second question, the nth term. So we just have to come up with a formula for the nth term. Now, since this is arithmetic progression, then there is what we call common difference, which is d is equals to T2 minus T1. Okay, T2 is 25, T1 is 16. Okay, so when you subtract 16, 25 minus 16, we are going to have 9. So common difference is 9. So listen, To find the second term, we add 9. To find the third term, which is 34, we add 9 to 25. To find this, we add 9. To find this, we add 9. So to find the next term, we're going to add, this is for number 1, we're going to add 52 plus d, with common difference, which will be 52 plus 9. And 52 plus 9 is going to give us 61. So the next term is 61 without even using the formula, because this is just the next term. Okay, if you want, you can use the formula, but it will just waste time. Formula Tn is equals to A plus open bracket n minus 1 close bracket d. Tn, this is term number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So term number 6 we are finding. First term is 16 plus open bracket n is 6 minus 1 close bracket d is 9. So t number 6 is equals to 16 plus, this is 5. Okay, so 5 times 9. So T6 is equals to 16 plus 5 times 9 is 45. 45. Then 16 plus 45 5 plus 6 is 11, so 1 carry 1, 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 1, 6, 61 is still more. We're going to have 61. Guys, this is simple. Let's go to question B. Question B. Question B, we are asked to find the nth term. Nth term. So the nth term is simple, guys. Nth term is just a formula. So the formula for nth term is Tn is equals to A plus n minus 1 close bracket d. Okay, so Tn, n we don't know, is the nth n we're finding. A is 16 plus n we don't know, d we know is 9 common difference. Okay, so we can expand here using a 9. So we can just say Tn is equals to 16, 9 times n be 9n, 9 times 1 will be negative 9. Alright, we have like terms, we have this. So we can group the like terms together. So we can just say, we can say so you can say here Tn is equals to 16 minus 9. Why not changing the sign? Because it's not crossing the cosine, plus 9n. Alright, Tn is equals to, so 16 minus 9, we're going to have 7 plus 9n, and this is the answer. This is the formula for the nth term. This is nth term. As simple as that. Okay. So thank you so much. That's the answer to this question. Let's go to the next question. Friends, we have question 17 of 2018. previous one we solved is 16, maybe 16 or 15. All right. So the first question is a function. Given that y is equals to this function, then we have to find dy dx. Dy dx. So in other words, they want us to differentiate the function. So we're going to copy the way it is. Y is equals to 2x to the power 3 minus 5x squared plus 4x plus 2. Nice. So they have asked us to find dy dx. Now before you go jump direct to finding dy dx, check if at all this equation is in the already format. In a correct format, I mean. Correct format in that make sure that the power is make sure it's not in this form, like 4x to the power 2. You cannot differentiate direct. Okay, you cannot differentiate direct. You change this one to 4x to the power negative 2 before when solving. So this is just direct, so you just go direct solving it. So dy dx, so it's going to say dy dx is equals to, you multiply the coefficient, which is 2 in this case, times the power, which is 3, okay, and the power reduces by 1, so 3 minus 1. You do this at every term, okay? Every term you do this. So the second term will be negative 5 multiplied by 2, then x, the same power 2 reduces by 1. We go to this one, we have positive 4 multiplied by an invisible power 1, and then the same invisible power reduces by 1, plus the dy dx of a constant number. A number without a variable is 0. Nice. So going to say dy dx is equals to 2 times 3 is 6, x, 3 minus 1 is 2. We're done to the first term. Let's go to the next. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. X, 2 minus 1 is 1. Let's just leave it the way it is. The 4 plus 4 times 1 is going to be positive 4. Then 1 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, sorry. 1 minus 1 is 0. Anything raised to the power 0, according to the rule of indices, is 1. So 1 times 4 will still be this, and then you have a 0 there. So this is the answer. Okay. Let's go to the question B. So B, we are asked here to calculate, this is trigonometry. Introduction to trigonometry, by the way. So they say in the diagram below, AC here is 10 centimeters. Angle ABC, which is B here, is 90. And angle back BAC is 30 degrees. Calculate BC. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to use this angle to come up with the sides. So this angle, its opposite side is this, hypotenuse is this, adjacent is this one. Simple as that. And what are we calculating? We're calculating the opposite. And what are we given as a distance? We're given the hypotenuse. So which trig ratio if you use which trig ratio has opposite and hypotenuse? Of course, is sine. Alright? So it will be sine 30 degrees is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. This is nice. What is sine 30 without using a calculator? Sine 30 without using a calculator is 0.5 or 1 over 2 half. Alright? These are called special angles. So sine 30 is 1 over 2 is equals to opposite is BC, the one we are calculating. Hypotenuse is 10. Like this, then we cross multiply. 2 times BC will be 2 BC. 1 times 10 is just 10. Then you divide by 2, divide by 2. These 2 and these 2 cancel. Therefore, BC is equals to 2 into 10 is 5 times. Now BC, the units are centimeters. So you just say BC is 5 centimeters. Okay, BC is 5 centimeters. Okay. That's all for question 17. Let's go to the next question. Question 16 of 2018 paper 1 is function, and whether you like it or not, you're going to have a question on functions. So what you need to do is just to prepare to know how to solve functions, because that's the 4 marks. These are kind of questions that carry a lot of marks. Okay, you can't afford to just miss 4 marks. So let's get started. Find a f inverse of x. F inverse of x. So I'm going to copy this function. Question A, you copy the function for f. So which is f of x is equals to 2x minus 5, like this. Then the rules for solving inverse is that you replace this f of x, this function, with y, like this, 2x minus 5. Nice. Next, make x the substitute formula. So to easily make x the substitute formula, you can just take negative 5 into the other side and becomes y plus 5 is equals to 2x, like this. Then x is not yet independent, so you divide both sides by 2. So these 2 and these 2 cancel, we remain with x. You can just write x is equals to y plus 5 over 2. Then attach the inverse function, which is f inverse of x is equals to, where there is y, replace x. So it will be x plus 5 over 2. And this is the answer. The first question. The second question is also based on the first question, in that this is also f inverse, and we've already calculated the f inverse here. So B, we're asked to find f inverse of f inverse of negative 10. So we're going to copy this f inverse, which is f inverse of x is equals to x plus 5 over 2. Then they're saying where there is x, substitute negative 10. So we're going to say negative 10 plus 5 over 2. Negative 10 plus 5 is negative 5 over 2, and this is the answer. Simple as that. Last question, that is a composite function. So what we're going to do to a composite function is that we are going to, let me just create space here. A composite function, which is C, they're saying find GF of 3. Okay, so before we consider a 3 here, we're going to solve the expression like this. G function, we're going to copy G function, which is G of x is equals to x plus 3. Okay, now in the G function where there is f, we substitute the f function, which is 2x minus 5. So I'm going to replace this x with 2x minus 5 plus 3. So this one here has replaced x. Okay, like this. Then we can say 2x negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. Now I've solved. Now where there is x, since inside here there is no x, answer would have been this one or the factorized one. Now inside there is a number, so where there is x, we're going to substitute with the 3 like this. So it will be 2 times 3, 6, minus 2. 6 minus 2 is simply 4. Okay, so it is as simple as that. All right, that's how you find functions. Let's keep on revising. Let's go to the next question. So guys, still in 2018, these are all equations that are in 2018. The other one is 3b cosine 13a and the other one cosine 22a. Now, these are equations involving indices. Equations involving indices. The first one is x raised to the power 1 over 3 and is equals to 4. So what you do, these equations are just similar. So what you do is you make sure that the coefficient of x here is 1. Okay? Now when the coefficient is 1, you simply multiply 1 over 3 by its stoichiometric coefficient, of which 1 over 3 its stoichiometric coefficient is 3 over 1. 3 over 1 is reciprocal. Okay? 3 over 1, which is just 3. So whatever you do here, you've introduced here, you should also introduce to the other side. So the other side you also introduce to 3. So this 3 and this 3 cancel, remain with x, and the 4 to the power 3 is 64. And that's the answer, 2 marks. So the key is the reciprocal of the number. Okay? B, they are given 2x squared is equals to 8. The coefficient of x here is 2 and is less than 1. So what you do, you divide by 2, even here by 2, and it will be x squared is equals to 2 into 8, 4. So this stage is the same as this stage, just that this one was a fraction, this one is not a fraction. So what you can do here when you reach this stage, you can either square root both sides, okay, square root both sides, or let's just square root both sides. You see, this and this will cancel. X is equals to positive 2, or x is equals to negative 2. You find two options. Alright? Now, if you do the other way around, which is x squared is equals to 4, you multiply this one by its reciprocal, which is 1 over 2, and this side also will be 1 over 2. This 1 over 2 and the 1 over 2 will cancel. We remain with x is equals to, since this one is a fraction, then the fraction becomes the root, which is the root of 4. Okay, to the power 1. The root of 4 is just 2 or negative 2. Simple as that. So you go with this, and that is the answer. All right. Hello guys, how is everyone? All right, so welcome to Nostec Academy. In this video, we're going to answer bearing question. This is 2018 paper 1. All right, so now this is the diagram we were given. Then this is a triangle. Then you are asked to find the bearings of F from G and E from G. Now, let me mention to you few things. I can solve this question, but you can't understand what I've used to solve the question. So let me just show you a few things that you need to know when it comes to bearings. Number one is that bearings are written in 3 digits. Okay, so if you find 30 degrees, it will be 0, 30. If you find 99, it will be 0, 99 degrees. If you find 120, it's still in 3 digits, don't add the 0. Okay, that is number one. Secondly, we read bearings clockwise. Okay, clockwise, I'll explain in a few minutes what I mean by clockwise. Then the other thing is, if you have something like this, let's say here, you have point A and point B. So this line is forming a Z shape like this, which is like this. This side and this side are equal. Okay? These are what we call alternative angles. Alternative angles are equal. Know that. Okay. Also, if you were to extend this one and this one down, this side is equal to this side. All right. Now, and angles in a triangle add up to 180. So, if in a triangle you have been given two angles, let's say angle 40 and here angle, let's say 30. I'm just saying that these are not accurate. To find this angle, we're going to add 30 plus 40 plus x and equate to 180 and so for x. That is simple. All right? But understand that a straight line is 180. Okay? Complete 10 is 300 and what? 360. Let's attempt this question. Let me just clear up some space here. Okay, so now let's answer this one. They are saying bearing of F from G. F from G. So it is at G that we are going to draw our north. Like this. Draw our north. Then we're going to move from this line up to the line connecting F and G. So they want this angle. Now, how do you know this angle? So if I draw the north here as well, this is a straight line which is 180, and this is also an angle of which we don't know, because this angle is equal to this angle. So what we can do here is that since we know that this is a straight line, okay, this is a straight line and you have 60 here. Oh, by the way, bearings, there are a lot of ways you can use to solve bearings. Okay, a lot of ways you can use to solve bearings. So you choose whichever is best for you. So this angle is also equal to this angle. And remember, look at this. This is 90 degrees. So what you do to find this angle, we can subtract 60 from 90, of which we are going to have 90 minus 60, we are going to have 30. So this angle here is 30 degrees, and this side is also 30 degrees. You see what we know? The other thing is, remember what I said, that angles in a triangle add up to 180. So there's 60 here, there is 40 here. Here, let's pretend we don't know anything. Okay? We don't know anything. So what we're going to do is that we're going to add 60 plus 40 plus x. We want to know the value of this angle, angle G, is equals to 180. So 40 plus 60 is 100 plus x is equals to 180. Another thing is x is equals to this 100 across the cosine and becomes 180 minus 100. All right, so the value of x is 80. 180 minus 100 is 80. So from here up to all the way up to here is 80. Now 80, we already have a 30. So we can just subtract 30 to know this angle, which is 50. What if I tell you that there is this shortcut, okay? So I was just showing you that you can use whichever way to find what you want to find. But look at this. We found 50, right? But from here up to here is 80. And then we already know the 30, so we can find 50 by subtracting 30 from 80. Now there is this one. So found 50. So remember what I said, that opposite angles are equal. This angle is equal to this angle. All right, and this is a 90 degrees. So what you're going to do is just to subtract 90 minus 40 degrees to find this angle, which is 50 degrees. And if you found this angle at 50 degrees, it's easy to find this because this is equal to this one. Okay, so you use this the shorter one, unlike the previous one, because you save time. So that's the answer. So the answer is 050 degrees. Nice. Next, E from G. E from G. So from G, this is the north. So we're going to do like this up to the line connecting E and G. So what we solved earlier on helped us now to, it has helped us to solve the second one easily. Okay, because we've already calculated the values of the value of this smaller angle and also a complete angle, which is 80. So from here up to here, we don't know. We can just subtract the 30 from 360. So we're going to say 360 minus 30 degrees, okay, which is giving us 330 degrees. 330 degrees. All right, why? Because from here, this is a straight line, by the way. This is a straight line, which is 180 here. Then this side is equal to this side. This side is equal to this side, and this side you have 90 plus 60. And when you add 90 plus 60, you're going to have 150. Okay? Then 150 plus 180, this is 0, this is 13. We're going to have 330, which is this answer here. That's all about bearings. Let's go to the next question, which is variation. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Let's revise this question as we prepare for the exam. Okay, this is one of the questions that do not miss in the exam and they carry 5 marks. Okay, so let's revise this 2022 paper 1. Okay, so we are asked to come up with 3 inequalities that describe the unshaded region R. So this is the unshaded region, okay, represented by letter R. Now, we're supposed to come up with 4 inequalities. Indeed, we can see there are 4 inequalities. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we have 4 inequalities. Now, listen, guys. When it comes to the final exam, start with the inequalities that are in vertical or horizontal. These are the easiest, okay, to answer. Then the diagonal ones, like this one, there's only one. Solve it as the last one to save time. Okay, let's start with this one. Let's start with this vertical one. So remember, the vertical inequalities are x, then the horizontal inequalities are y. So let's start with this one as 1. From here we'll go to this one as 2, then to this one, the horizontal one, as 3, then finally this one as our 4. Okay, so the first thing is to know that this one is cutting the x-axis. This one is x. So, right, this is x is equals to the value here. This line is cutting -2. This is not the inequality. This is the equation. So the inequality will be x. Look at the shading. The shading are on the less than part. So the wanted region is on the greater than part. So we write the wanted region, which is greater than. Now, the line is solid, not dashed like this one. This is a solid line, so we should also put greater than or equal to -2. Okay, so this is the answer. Alright, the second one is as simple as this. The second one, this is x is equals to, the line is cutting at 4, so x is equals to 4. Okay, x is equals to 4. Now x, look at the shading are on the greater than part, and the wanted region is on the less than part. So the symbol here should be less than. The line is solid, so it will be less than or equal to 4. Okay, and this is the second inequality. Let's go to the third inequality. The third inequality is this one. Now this is horizontal, it is y is equals to, is cutting at +2, so y is equals to 2. Now let's come up with inequalities. Alright, so since it's y, then the shading is on the less than, down. The wanted region is on the greater than, so we're going to say greater than 2. Now check, the line is dashed, so you don't put or. Okay, so this is the answer. So far I've gotten ourselves 3 marks. The last one, the last one is this line. So this line, you need to get 2 coordinates. So let's get what we know here. We have 6, this 6 and 8 here. So what are the coordinates here where y is 6? It is 0, 6. So it will be 0, 6, and here x is 8, so it is 8, 0. So these are the coordinates that will help us to come up with the fourth inequality. Now, there are 2 ways, or so many ways of solving this, but I like using this. The formula for gradient, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is equals to y minus y1 over x minus x1. This formula will find the gradient as well as the equation at the same time, simultaneously. Alright, so let's say these are 1s, x1s and y1, these are 2. So y2 will be 0 minus y1 6, like this, over x2 be 8 minus x1 0 is equals to the value of y, we don't know, it's just y minus y1 is 6. Okay, y minus 6 over the value of x, you just leave it the way it is as x, minus x1 is 0. Okay, so you just need to know this formula. Then 0 minus 6 is -6. 8 minus 0 is +8. This equals to y minus 6. X minus 0 is just x. But if you look at this, you can still reduce 6 and 8. So you can look for numbers, you can go into 6 and 8. 2 into 6 is -3. 2 into 8, 4. Alright, so we have -3 over 4 is equals to y minus 6 over x. Then you cross multiply when you reach this stage. So we're going to say y will be multiplied with this. So we're going to say 4 times y, 4y, 4 times negative 6 is negative 24, is equals to negative 3 times x will be just negative 3x. Alright, arranging it in order, we're going to have 4y is equals to negative 3x, then this will cross the cosine and becomes positive 24. Positive 24. Now, if you look at the coefficients here, you have 4, you have negative 3, you have, what's this? You have 24. 3 can't go in 4. 4 can't go into 3. So this, we leave it the way it is, like this one is reduced. Now, this is not the final answer because this is an equation. We need to come up with an inequality. So the inequality will be, we check the shading. The shadings are on the greater than part, this side. Okay. Then the wanted region is on the less than part, and it's a solid line, so it will be less than or equal to. Now, this one, the way it is, can also be written as this. The negative 3 can be taken to the other side so that it becomes something like this. 3x, positive 3x plus 4y is less than or equal to 24, like this. Okay, and this is the fourth inequality. That's it. Okay, wishing you all the best in your exams, and as you are studying, study well.